up, ladies and gentlemen? Akalon here, and welcome back to each and one of you. And of course, if you are new to the channel, thank you so much for joining us. I am very happy to have you here. Of course, in today's video, this is actually a very, very wild one. We're going beyond what we know within the lore. We're trying to really figure out the story before there is even any breadcrumbs. But myself and the Discord have gotten together and we've been paying very close attention to the Nathrezim. And of course, in this video, we are going to try and show you the origins of the Nathrezim, and that those origins are not what you might think they are. Like, guaranteed, whatever you think at this point in time of the Nathrezim, forget it. It's wrong. It is most likely wrong. That's, of course, if we are right. I believe we are right, and I'm saying that as unbiased as possible, since why wouldn't I be right? Of course I'm right. Am I right? Anyways, remember to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and also smash that bell if you want to get more of our content. And also, if you want to help out the channel, it does help out an absolute ton. Also, you can join us live on Twitch. The link in the description down below every Tuesday to Friday. Or if you want to be part of these live discussions, 4 hours, or 6 hours sometimes, of absolute loregasm, you can join us every Sunday on the Sunday Night Chill Show right here on YouTube. Ladies and gentlemen, I will not keep you in suspense any longer. Enjoy the video. Myself and the Discord have been working quite hard at trying to come up with theories that actually works, that actually explains a lot of what the game is going to be. Now, of course, some of our theories is going to be so far out there, so way out there, that you will most likely go, bro, really? But then just remember that some of our way out theories have been proven to be true, or at least is supported by a lot of other content creators who now share our theories. And I would like to point out that the whole theory about Arthas and Frostmourne, I'm pretty sure we were the first to sort of touch on that. And that again comes quite heavily inspired from the Discord. Now, if you want to be part of the Discord roundtable, I've said this at the beginning of the stream and I'll just repeat it here. If you want to be part of the Discord roundtable, the best thing you can do, join the Discord and start chatting. You can reach out to mods, but mods will most likely reach out to you, right? Mods are going to reach out to you and they're going to say, they're going to ask you, do you want to be part of the lore council? And if they ask you and you're fine with it, we meet every Saturday night and we go through just absolutely everything there is to go through. So just partake in the lore channel and we will absolutely absolutely pull you up when and if the time is right. So, you can spam the mods for a position, but they will most likely say no, unless they know who you are and they have seen you talking. All right. So this theory is actually rather inspired by something. Well, it started off by us just sort of spitballing. Right? So we were sort of spitballing the Nathrezim very specifically. We were talking about the Nathrezim and exactly what the Nathrezim might ultimately be serving, who they might ultimately be serving. And then this came out, right? I can't remember which one of the two quotes it was, but one of these two quotes actually made all of us go, wait, what? Holy shit, this is rather fucking huge. All right. So anyways, let me just go through this all so that you can sort of understand what I'm talking about, and then we'll get into it. All right. So this is from the art book with the collector's edition. The art book gives us some more insights into how this entire world came into existence. Everything we need to know. But there's a couple of things here that people completely missed, that so many people didn't even make a big thing out of it, right? Now you have seen, as I have, sight never meant for living eyes, but this knowledge will not save you. Nothing can stop what Sylvana set in motion. Rending the veil was just the beginning. Beyond the ruined sky awaits an evil older than reality itself. The second I read that, pretty much myself and all of the scribes of the Discord lost our minds collectively, because this pretty much confirmed the theory that we've had for a very long time. Reality was not created. And when I say reality, I'm talking about this reality. Reality was not created alongside the other cosmological forces. This proves it. An evil older than reality itself. It's an interesting word choice as well, right? Saying reality there. I think that was done specifically, objectively, to give us a time frame. That time frame is actually rather important. If this takes me to Pinterest, I'm going to lose my fucking skull. It takes me to Pinterest. I hate my life so much. Click on that. And I know people say I should have the cosmological map ready. What would be the fun in that? What would be the fucking fun in that? How else would I give Alex a lot of work to do if I'm going to have it fucking ready every single time? This makes it much easier so that Alex has a lot of work to do with the editing. All right, so now that you can see reality, and now that we have a bit of a time frame, we can start to talk about how all of this fits together. Now, in order for this theory, or in order for some of the other theories that I've planned tonight, and I do actually have quite a few, let me just pull up my notes here, just so that I can see, just so I can give you guys some insights into this. So, in order to understand the theory that we're going to get to, I need to explain the Nathrezim. I need to explain to you what almost no one understands about the Nathrezim. What happened? Why is the F's in chat? Oh, for Alex. My apologies, Alex, but this is just the way life goes. Whenever you guys type F, I think the fucking stream dies. Like, legit. When I see F in chat, I think, oh my god, the internet's gone down. I hate my life so much. But yeah, anyways. What did the original universe look like? Because we already know, thanks to Bolvar, an evil older than reality itself. And then, of course, we see the cosmological map. This is what the Titans themselves draw up. The Titans told us that reality looks like this, or that the world looks like this. But, of course, we already know, thanks to Steve Denuser, that this is not completely correct. Because in this image, it shows the cosmological forces as sort of the be-all, end-all of all forces. Steve Denuser tells us that no. The elemental forces, in other words, spirit, water, fire, decay, air, and fire, the elemental forces are actually the primal magics of the universe. The cosmological forces are higher magics, but they're nowhere near as primal and as old as the eternal or the elemental magics. These were the first. So what did our universe look like before? Well, for that, we go back to the Chronicles. The Chronicles tells us that at the beginning, there was an ocean of light, and this ocean of light exploded outwards. So what did this look like? Pull every single one of these cosmological forces to the center of Azeroth, so that they all touch. That was the original creation. All of these cosmological forces were once one. Now, they had differences. They had different opinions and ideologies about how the universe should function. And I believe, as well as the people on Discord, we believe that it was these ideological differences that eventually forced them to war. It was the fact that the light and the void could just never agree on what is the right direction for the universe. They would constantly have their own ideas and their own opinions, and these opinions would almost always contradict one another. It would almost always create friction between themselves. And I believe that at some point there was a massive battle between all of the different cosmological forces. And thanks to this battle, they destroyed their own world. I do believe, fundamentally, I do believe that there was a world, a universe, that existed long before reality ever came to be. Make no mistake, evil older than reality itself. So Bolvar confirms that the jailer, Zuval, even though he does not mention him by name, and he doesn't throughout any of his talking points within the art book, he never references Zuval specifically. He just talks about the evil, because remember, during the writing of the art book, or at least the time that it's set in, he would not yet have known who Zuval is. He would have known that it exists. So we have a sort of time frame that tells us that this world, the world that the original cosmological forces, the original eternal ones of the universe, the world that they belong to, they destroyed it through war. And then the first ones, realizing what they had made and what they had broken and why this broke, decided to fill the void. There's power in names, by the way. Our universe is called the Great Beyond. Beyond what? Beyond the first world. The veil that separates us from all of them. We are beyond that veil. We lie at the center of it. We were created last. Now, here's where things get really spooky, and I want you guys to really keep your wits about you. What if I told you that Azeroth is the creator of all of these things? That Azeroth created the whole universe and everything in it. It would align with H.P. Lovecraft. It would align with H.P. Lovecraft. Azathoth in the H.P. Lovecraft universe is the one that dreams all of reality. It says that Azeroth, or Azathoth rather, lies at the center of the universe and he dreams reality. He is called the blind idiot god. Now, I've already explained to you guys multiple times before that Blizzard did borrow quite heavily from H.P. Lovecraft. So, maybe Azeroth truly is reality, because after her creations, after she created the universe, she needed to recuperate. And so she went to sleep at the center of reality with her newest creation. A creation that somehow is very different to any of her previous ones. You see, the first eternal ones that she made, the first world that Azeroth created, the eternal ones have a bit of a problem. They have zero free will. None whatsoever. The eternal ones don't really think for themselves. They act very much within line of what they were created to be. So the Titans, for example, have this incessant need to bring order to the universe as much as possible. And then, of course, you have the eternal ones that just want to look after souls. So each one of these had a fundamental flaw, and that was choice. There was no choice. And the way we actually came to this was actually looking at Christianity, right? In Christianity, or at least in the lore of Christianity, and again, I need to make this very clear, this is not a religious argument. I'm not taking you on if you are a Christian. I don't mind that you're a Christian at all. I have respect for all religions. It doesn't bother me at all. But looking at the lore, the fantasy of religion, in Christianity, God gives man free will. And then a question pops up. But what if man doesn't choose you? And God's argument is it means nothing if they don't. Lucifer argues, but hold up. That makes no sense. Just remove the free will. That way they have to choose you. Of course, this is where the big problem comes in. You see, the Eternal Ones didn't have free will. They could only operate within the, shall we say, boundaries that's been set for them. And this meant that they tore their world apart. They could not function together because of these limitations. So Azeroth comes and in a final moment, in a final effort to try and save the universe, she comes up with a new people. One that would have the freedom to choose. One that wouldn't just blindly follow whichever faith is handed to it. It would only operate under its own instruction. And she uses the center of this to sleep, to dream. Azeroth is not necessarily a Titan. The Titans simply describe Azeroth as the most powerful of all Titans. But at no point, or more powerful than anything they've encountered before. That's how they describe Azeroth. They never truly know if she is a Titan or not. In fact, I believe we get what she is far more clearly from Sargeras. Now, whether you believe that Azeroth lies at the center of the universe and does actually dream reality and she is the creator, doesn't really affect, or maybe you believe that no, she isn't. It doesn't actually affect the theory in any way, shape, or form, because the theory still works with an overall creator. Because here's where the theory started, and I feel like it would be remiss of me to ignore where we started and just give you the end point, because this really is where we ended. We ended with Azeroth most likely being the creator, right? Most likely being the creator. But we started, actually, with Azeroth being the creation of the creator in order to ensure the final balance of the universe. The creator created his final creation. The one that would be able to bring balance to the universe. The one that would be able to save the universe. How does she do it? How does Azeroth do this? Now, where does the Nathrezim come from? Where does the Nathrezim come from? All of you should know. It's pretty simple. They are aligned with Sire Denathrius, right? They serve the jailer, right? We have the Whisper. The cunning ones kneel before 6 masters, but serve only one. Must be, right? No. The Nathrezim serve Azeroth. The Nathrezim serves balance. It's all they've ever served. It's all they've ever done. They introduce balance when things get out of balance, when things get ruined. Whenever a force gets too powerful, they plot its downfall. When a force is too weak, they lift it up. Their only job is to infuse the universe with balance. Their plans and their schemes never end. We are told in Warcraft 3 that there are 9 primal Nathrezim. 7 of them we meet on Azeroth. 2 of them is off-world. 2 of them is off-world. 1 of them is Sire Denathrius. The other one is Lord Thraxion. It is Lord Thraxion, right? Yeah. These are the 2 that wasn't present because they had other jobs to do. The primal Nathrezim. Their only job ever, is to disrupt the common flow of power between the different cosmological forces. And if you start thinking about it, it makes sense. Every single action that we have taken in World of Warcraft have at some point had some kind of fuel from the Nathrezim. the Nathrezim being involved in one or other way. And if you think about who Sylvanas would despise, who Sylvanas would like to stop, who is directly responsible for Sylvanas being turned into a banshee? The Nathrezim. Arthas. It's not the jailer. It's not the jailer. When Arthas turned Sylvanas into a banshee, Arthas not yet wore the helm. The Helm of Domination was not yet worn by Arthas at that time, so it was almost guaranteed not the jailer. It was only after that Arthas donned the helm. He had Frostmourne, yes, but he did not have the helm. And I've already explained this to you guys multiple times. You need both. You need two things. You need Frostmourne to steal the soul, to empty you out. And then you need the helm to allow the jailer to take control of your body. It doesn't help if both of these isn't present. Sylvanas' war, myself and the Discord believe, is against the Nathrezim. She is tired of being played. Now, how do we know this? Sargeras' scepter. Sargeras' scepter was crafted after Sargeras had a dream. He dreamt that he fell through the core of Azeroth. And as he fell through the core of Azeroth, he opened one eye. And he saw Azeroth. And as she lay there sleeping, her eyes opened. Just one of them. One of her eyes opened up. And Sargeras became, according to the words, enthralled with Azeroth. And when they designed the scepter, they placed a jewel at the top of it to signify the eye of Azeroth. And next to it, two Nathrezim wings. And it is what Sargeras describes Azeroth as. Corrupted, demonic, and most importantly, his. When Azeroth opened her eyes, she looked like the thing Azeroth believed demons to be. Nathrezim. She looked like the Nathrezim. This convinced him that she could be nothing else. She has to be Nathrezim. Her eyes are similar because these are her children. She created them to restore the balance until she can wake up. And it is the one thing that they've been trying to do. It's the one thing that they've been trying to fight the cosmological forces on. You see, because when Azeroth created reality and basically banished the different cosmological forces from the universe, from the great beyond, all of them came to Azeroth with a single purpose, a single plan: to stop her from ever waking up. Now you might be saying, but Aklon, what even are you talking about? Every single one of those engines, every single one of those forges that we see currently on Azeroth, they're not meant to save her, to keep her safe. They're meant to keep her sleeping, to ensure that she never wakes up. The removal of the power of Sargeras' sword, Sargeras wanted her to wake up. He was trying to empower her, to wake her up. So why did the old gods leave Azeroth? Because they realized who she was. Think about it. The old gods themselves state that the
King of Diamonds have been made a pawn. The Void Lords had no idea that Azeroth would be at the center of the universe. They simply sent fragments of themselves out into the Great Beyond, hoping that the Great Beyond would harbor some kind of titan that they could corrupt and eventually wake up so that they could win the war. What they didn't know is 1 or 4 actually of their fragments would hit the ultimate creator. And as soon as the old gods realized this, they realized, shit, it's time to go. The last thing we need to do here is to wake her up. So they did make Magni, the King of Diamonds, a pawn. Because everything they told him led to them losing and led to, well, there's a couple of things that actually led us to this. So listen closely and hear me out on this. Every single thing that Magni did, and remember, the old gods tell us that Magni, the King of Diamonds, have been made a pawn. Now, the question is a pawn of what? Because if he's a pawn of the old gods, then that doesn't make a whole lot of fucking sense. Because every action led to the forges being restored and being put back in full working order. It led to them losing, effectively, with their help. So, was he a pawn then? Yes, he was. Because dying was always the plan. They realized that they were on the wrong fucking planet. This was definitely not the planet for them. The last thing they need is the creator of the universe waking up with enough power to put them all in their place. Or the balancing act of the universe, if you will. So this is where we get into that whole, where does the theory fit best? In my opinion, it actually kind of feels best, or fits best, when you look at Azeroth as the creation of the original creator. So he created her to be, he or she created her to be the balancing act of the universe. I think that fits better, just because that explains the consistent war that we see within the cosmos for Azeroth. But whether you believe that she is the creator or believe that she isn't the creator doesn't really matter. What matters is, why is she so important to almost every single one of the cosmological forces? Why does every single one of the cosmological forces try their best to take control of her? Why? And then, of course, I will just leave you with one final thought once again. One final thought once again to all of you that maybe missed it the first time. According to some people in Discord, now you can let me know what you guys think of this. Draenor and Azeroth is the same planet. Draenor is simply Azeroth after she awoke. This is just a theory that some people in the Discord have, and they believe that they have actual evidence for this. I'm not going to go into it in detail. We'll be discussing it on Saturday with the Lore Council, and if the theory holds water, we'll be going into it. But this is a theory that the specific members of the Lore Council have been working on for about 2 years now. They've been collecting evidence, and they do believe that it is the same. But I'm just going to leave you with that. That's the final thought on this matter. Draenor is the world of Azeroth after she awoke.